Hi, and thanks so much for joining me. Today we are talking about this product. It is the Beachwaver 1.25. I'm going to talk a little bit about it and do a demo for you. So if you'd like to see that, please keep watching. Okay, so this is, like I said, the Beachwaver 1.25. It's the newer model, I believe. It does have a fast slow button so you can change the rate of speed. It has a home button so you can return it back to this home position. It's got 2 arrows so you can go one way or the other depending on what side you're on and which way you want your hair to curl. And then also here's your power button. It also has a really long cord to it, so if you're interested in that, I can look and see how long the cord is. So I'm just going to show you how I use this and how I get it to this point. And I really like the fact that it gives me shiny bouncy curls, so if you want to see that demo, please keep watching. I've prepped with some heat protectant. I'm just going to take a comb and brush through, make sure I have all the tangles out, especially on the ends. And I like it at 350. So I like these plastic and metal clips. They hold a little bit better. So just section off my hair. I take a section maybe a few inches wide, and then I clamp on the bottom. I don't actually go to the end. I go a couple inches maybe from the end, and then I just press this button right here, and then I let it sit for, probably 12 seconds or so. At least in my mind, I think I count to 12 seconds or so. And then I push this clamp right here to release the hair. And I try to pull the wand down so it maintains the curl and try and let it cool like that. I am putting a little tension on this as it turns, just to kind of get that hair flat onto the barrel. Sometimes if it needs a little help just going the right way after it's curled. It will curl everything away from my face except a couple strategic areas, and I just push this button on this side to go the other way. I find that if something doesn't take the curl, it's because I was impatient and didn't wait long enough. I'm using my viewfinder as a bit of a mirror here, so if things are not completely perfect, that might be why. I usually do this in a mirror. I have my magnified mirror here, but that's that's it. So then I just take my hair down and I'll grab a little bit more hair and just do the same thing on the next layers. I am going to curl this one in the front towards my face. Okay, and then on this one, it's right here on my head, like the part that's furthest back that you can see, that's on the side. Does that make sense? So you can see as far back as here on this side piece, and it's also the top layer. So I'm going to go towards my face. I think it was actually Estee Lalonde who had a hairstylist who showed this. He actually curled this section and this section towards her face, but everything else was away. I don't know if they actually explained why they did that, but the reason I like going forward here is because otherwise this one will flip back and then show too much of my hairline. So this one creates a little bit of volume right here at the crown going inwards like this, which I need because it'll tend to lay flat. So this is pretty much one side complete. If I see again any long straight strands, because I will miss them sometimes, I'll just go in and fix those. And then it doesn't have to be totally perfect either. So sometimes it's nice to mix it up just to kind of get a more effortless look. I'm going to make sure to let these cool so that I can comb through them later and they hold their curl. So I'm just going to finish off this other side. So just be careful on that side because you can definitely get close to your forehead and scalp still with this tool. So just pay attention that you don't burn yourself, and it is controlling the wind on that, so just make sure you don't let that get away from you, which is another good reason to not get this really, really hot. Again, this section I'm going to roll forward towards my face. Okay, I'm just gonna let all of these curls cool off a bit here, and then I'll go ahead and comb through them. And then you just power off by pushing the button. And I'm just gonna take this comb, it's a wide tooth comb. It's actually a teasing pin comb, I think it's called, yeah. So it's got really wide teeth on it. So I just want to smooth out the curls. Otherwise my hair can get kind of wiry. So you can see the waves in there still. But here's the difference. So this is combed through and this is not combed through. So I'm just gonna kind of run my fingers through it now and get a few of those curls back. So use a really light hairspray with this, the Orbe one, the Super Fine hairspray, because it is really light and still allows for that movement. Just a little layer kind of on the top. And then if you push your hair up, you can get some of that shape back that may have been lost with the combing, but you can see you've got a really nice smooth surface on the top here, while still having a little bit more bounce and body. And there we are. So you can kind of make the curls what you want them to be. It just puts that wave in there, really bouncy and still shiny. Sometimes I think it can be tricky for me when I use a curling iron. It does get a bit wiry. I'm not sure why, but this one doesn't do that. And I didn't add any shine enhancing kinds of things. I just use that hairspray. But typically I will put like a shine spray on it that has some UV protection. But that is what it looks like. So I like this because it's more my style. It's more effortless. It's not totally perfect. You can have those perfect barrels, as you can see, if you want them, but that's not really how I wear my hair. What it really does is just add some nice body to your hair if you want something different than straight and something easy to use. This is really easy. Really happy with it. It will replace pretty much, I'm gonna say, all my styling tools except my hair dryer at this point. I do have a straightening iron as well, but I don't really use that. Yeah, I don't like the results with straightening iron with me, and I've tried to do those barrel curls with them. It doesn't work. This works. This is super easy to do if you're not good with hair. I think this is probably your best bet, even over a curling iron, because this has such better results, at least for me. So the only thing I'm trying to improve on at this point is to get the curls to stay. I do put mousse in sometimes, and that'll hold the curl. I just like the way it feels though with less product in it. It's much more bouncy, but it will hold the curl more if I put another product in there, like say a mousse. And I do wash my hair every day anyway, so I don't need it to last longer than a day. Yeah, I would highly recommend this if you were looking at it. And that's it. So if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.